Paul, I learned that, okay, yeah, stream. I learned that you started doing the assignments. They said Peace said you have started doing the assignment and you tried to contact me. Am I audible?
Yes, but we have started.
Okay.
Me and Mr. Sir James, we have been doing this. We have been working on it.
Okay. Can Pastor give you host sharing rights so that we can see what you have done? Let's make a start from there. Why I'm trying to join.
Oh, I think Mr. James will be better equipped to. I think Mr. James will be better equipped to show us because we worked on it via Zoom. We worked on it on his own system.
Okay. Mr. James.
So we're on Zoom. We were putting in, yeah.
Okay.
But we are not done yet.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, James, Pastor has given you hosting rights.
Okay.
Do you want to share your screen? With the hosting right, you should be able to share your screen. For the benefit of Mary, who's just joined us today, Mary used to be on the class before she became Runaway Mary. We're doing an assignment, which was given to us last week about data and issues that could come up when we are trying to input data on master sheets. So James will be sharing his screen.
This is what we've done so far.
Okay, we can't. Okay, right. You see, this
Can
is
you
where.
see it?
Yeah, we can.
Yes, we can. Okay, yes, we can. We can see it at the moment.
We've been able to compute up to the CDE, which is the critical data element field. So we got tired last night because we were having challenges. When we log in, after 30 minutes, the Zoom thing will log us out because we don't have the proper license.
Okay, right.
So
okay.
I plan to continue today, but since you said we were supposed to meet with you 1 hour before time,
okay,
we don't get that. So we thought meeting with you.
No, it wasn't one. No, it wasn't 1 hour before time. What I said was that we can use half an hour of pastor's starting time, and then we'll continue from there after we finish that half an hour. But looking at what we have,
challenges. Sorry? You know, I was having challenges seeing what Pastor was explaining last week. You know, he was explaining that, and I said I could. So,
looking at what you've done. Looking at what you've done, it looks like you're getting it right. Anyway, let me just. Okay, I think my laptop is allowing me to join now. I had so many things open before, so I had to close it. So I can see that you quite adept with Excel.
I think to some extent I can score myself 60 to 70% proficiency.
That's great. That's great.
So, Madam, any other thing, or you?
I think she is trying to synchronize her sign login. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. While we're waiting for her to get that done, I want us to also prepare our assignment with respect to policy drafting.
Is that this week?
Only this assignment alone is taking almost 1 week from us.
That drafting, that policy drafting won't take more than an hour. So we give that.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. So at the moment, okay, for the benefit of Mary, who's joined us today, what the trainer Pastor gave us was he gave us a blank Excel spreadsheet which had the ID, title, status, description, date raised by, impact rate in impacted systems, critical data So basically all the headings you can see from the beginning to the end, they were all blank, right? And then he gave us additional spreadsheets. Do you mind sharing that other spreadsheet first of all, James? He gave us additional spreadsheets.
The sheet 1.
Yes, which showed us if you have the status, you would have the values as logged, triaged, assigned, cancelled, resolved, risk accepted, or impact ratings, which came out as critical, high, medium, low. What the impact rating meant is if it's a critical issue with data, then we have to put it down as high, medium, or low. And then they also have completeness, validity, which is the data quality dimensions. If it's complete, if it's valid, if it's unique, if it's accurate, that will go in. And then the root cause, what could be the root cause analysis? Root cause category, which came up as system, process, people to be confirmed. And of course, the title, the Dr. Mr. Miss. So then go to the next sheet, yeah. So on this sheet itself, you have, go right to the top, right? You have the field, you have the definition, you have the metadata. Sorry, go to the previous sheet, go to sheet 1 again. So on sheet 1, the status rating there, the status values there says, was it logged? That's what it means. Is it triaged? Is it assigned? Is it canceled? Is it resolved? Is it risk accepted? So when the issue was logged, what did you do? Did you assign it to someone else? Did you say it has been resolved, or did you put it as it's been canceled, or is it a risk accepted? And then, of course, with the root cause category, let me not say we know. There are lots of times that even if the system is not the problem, the system is if you're using, what kind of software you're using, is it Power BI, is it Excel, whatever system you're using, is there a problem with it that is bringing up what it's not meant to bring, or is it me as a person who has caused the problem? So in other words, say for example, Peace has ordered something, and then instead of me putting it down to her address, which is so place in Kent, I put it down to so place in New York. Already, that is already a problem, because if anything is going out to Peace in Kent, automatically the address is wrong. It will go to New York. So in that case, I am the one who is at fault. Or say, for example, if a problem has been put in there and I want to send out NHS or any, maybe, like when you get the letters from the health sector, which is the NHS in the UK, instead of it coming to you, or instead of it saying that it's detailing the sickness or whatever, it says, instead of saying the person has got diabetes, it says the person has got cancer. Already, that thing is inaccurate. So that thing is not valid. And that data is not valid. So because it will come to the person, and of course we'll say with incomplete data, it means there's risk of there's a lot of risks in that particular data. So that could also cause financial problems. It could cause someone to be sent to courts, and all sorts of issues like what we get with Facebook a lot of times. So those are some of the various, that's why these various columns, which come under status, values, impact rating, DQ, dimension, which is data quality, root cause category, that's where these columns were picked up from. Go to the next sheet, please. So on this one here, on this particular spreadsheet, we see what the field under each column, which is the field, the definition, the metadata, the mandatory workflow status, the roles, the reason for inclusion, and then minimal list. Under each of them, you find under the field, we have the ID, which says system generated issue ID, or automatic, or it was logged, or the role was a system. So these things that you see on this particular spreadsheet is what we use in filling sheet 0, which Paul showed us in the beginning. And then go to the next sheet, please. Sheet 3. So here we have the various ratings. We have the definition of what the ratings means, and then we had a capture in the risk system, and then we have examples of quantitative measures, or is it quantitative? That spelling is wrong. Quantitative measure. So we have them there. And under critical, we said severity of data issues have potential to halt business operations, significantly impacting patients, resulting in a missed regulatory due date and leading to adverse mediate coverage or high-profile legal action. Of course, that's not just for the health sector. It could also be in the banking sector. Someone has sent out a credit card to someone whose data is incorrect. Of course, if the credit card gets into the wrong hands, that's a problem for the bank. And that's a problem for the person because they're sending me a credit card or they're sending me a bank card, and then it gets into the wrong hands. What happens? That person could spend that money, and then the bank will be meeting me to say, Ife, you are the one who have spent our money. You owe us £5,000. And then I'm shouting at the bank and saying, I have no clue what you're talking about because you did not send me the card. Of course, that's a critical issue. And it's likely to lead to severe repercussions. And then, of course, you also have the high, which means data issues have a global business function. The underlying defect presents the risk of material, patient safety, financial, that's what we're talking about, financial compliance or legal impact to the system. So it depends on what rating. But of course, with data, especially when it comes to the health, when it comes to finances, it's very important that we get the data right. If the data is not right, then it will have repercussions, not just on the person, it could also have repercussions on the organization itself. Go to the next one, business glossary. The next sheet, please. Okay, so the critical elements here again, we'll look at the domain, we'll look at the critical, so the domain is a customer, critical data element is the customer names, the definition, the owner, the steward, and keep scrolling, please. Keep scrolling to your right. The steward, the data quality dimensions, and all of it, and whoever the data. So under the owner, we have that. Then we have the steward, we have the data quality dimension, the accuracy, timely, value. Okay, so now that I have just done a quick run over of the whole thing, do you want to go back to sheet 0 now and then talk us through what you've done? And then I can say, look, it's looking good at the moment, but let's see.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Okay, on our assignment, we were asked to fill this sheet. So we got information which we imputed. Now, for the first row, we have a Mr. And the description of the problem was that unable to access account, invalid credentials. So we put that status as triage because at the moment, I think triage means something like it's not yet assigned, but they're working on who and what to do to that information.
Yes.
So the date raised was on the 3rd of July 2025. And the person on the system who raised it was Thomas. And then the impacting rating from what we could deduce was that since it's access problem, which means it could be from the customer side, maybe their login details. So we'll put it as medium impacting rating. Yep. Then for the impacted system, we said web page, which on the other hand, I'm thinking maybe should have been a customer's computer anyway. Then
might also be mobile app.
Yeah, so it could be mobile app. So we'll just use the web page as the impacted system. And then for the data entity, we put case from some of our research. We understand that case would mean issues being dealt by customer services. So for the critical data element, we said is the user ID or username that could be the issue there. So when they're checking to resolve, they will just first of all determine that aspect first. So for the other entries, we've not done anything on those fields. We were hoping we were able to complete it, but unfortunately we were not able to. So let me go to the second one, which is
wait, sorry. Scroll right to the end. Skip scrolling right. So you've put Owner of issue, yes. Data process owner. Resolution due date. So you don't have a resolution due date for the date for that first one that you have raised.
No, we've not done that because, like we put it triage. We're still trying to. Well, I know we could put a date because the company will probably have a deadline for issue to be resolved.
Okay,
is it possible you do? Is it possible you do it now, for example?
Okay.
Because
so if you can open it. Okay, go on. Sorry,
Okay,
go on.
let's assume Paul and Peace. I think the three of us will combine on this.
Okay.
Okay,
Let's
could you please go to the rating first? Let me see the rating. Sorry about that, Ma.
No problem, so I will put it medium rating, impact rating. Medium.
Okay. Right on.
If you've put it at impact rating, right, and it's medium, you still need to have a date because the dates go scroll to your left. Let's see what date you raised that.
The 3rd of July.
3rd of July.
Okay, 3rd of July. So go now to the far end. Go to the far end, and let's put a resolution due date. How long do you think when an issue is medium? How long do you think it should be before it's resolved? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
I think this medium should be 1 week. Max.
1 week.
I think it should be 2 weeks because I think the higher the impact rating, the smaller the resolution time.
Okay.
1 week.
Absolutely. Now I'm going to ask a question. If it's an issue, I know you put medium and you've put it down as triaged. If it's an issue with a bank, you think the bank really should be waiting for 2 weeks before they resolve that issue?
No.
Now we're looking at plenty money. A customer made a payment and the payment was, let's say, in excess of £5,000, right? And you said it's medium, right? Quite all right, because the money has not gone through to someone else or the money's gone through or something else. How quick do you think that should be resolved? When it comes
if it's here in Africa, it's 7 working days.
7 working days, okay.
Yeah, if you go to the bank, we'll tell you to come back in 7 working days.
Okay, right.
That's 1 week.
Approximately a week that Peace and I said. But Madam, another thing I was going to say is this. Since the issue wasn't really money missing or anything, it was just the customer trying to log in.
Yes, okay.
So I think 7 days should be okay to resolve that.
You can, but whatever you think should be enough to resolve it. But don't forget, I am trying to log in. I need to do something quickly. So, but
that might be 24 hours too.
Okay, so put in that date because you've put it as medium. So put in a date. So a week from that 3rd of July, you can put it in as the resolution due date.
10th.
So put in the 10/07/2025. Okay. Yes, thank you. Right. So what do you think the root cause could have been for that incomplete?
I'm looking at system. I'm looking at the system.
Okay.
The person's
okay. Do you know? Go scroll to
people.
The
it should be people.
Okay. No, scroll to on that sheet 0. You are scroll to the left, please.
Okay.
I think it's people.
Okay. Do you want to? So if you click in column, if you click in the second row, column B.
This one.
Yeah. Go to the title. I think title should work it. Go to the title. Click in title. Click it. Okay, title is the header. Yeah, click in there. Click in the title. Click in that title. No, just click. Just select that title. Select that title cell.
Title itself. Yeah, title. Up. The top.
Select the cell. The cell itself on title. Click on title. The cell itself.
Click title itself.
Okay, now go to view on your menu bar. Go to view on your menu bar. View. I think that should be view. Go to view on your menu bar. View.
Just a minute. I'm having
view is after home, insert page layout, formulas, data, review. There's view.
View. Click on that view. Let's say something.
Up. No.
Yes.
On the menu bar.
Go ahead. Then keep moving to
keep
view.
Moving.
Keep moving that way to view. View.
No.
From home.
View.
View.
Okay. You are
After
in
home, after
I should go
home,
to
insert. After home, there's insert, there's page layout, formulas, data, review, and view.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Something is blocking me. You know, my screen.
Okay, now
When I minimize.
okay, all right. Okay, now if you look at freeze pane, can you see? After new window, freeze pane, click on that drop down. Let me see. Yeah, click on that drop down. So if you click, so have you locked this? Click on freeze.
Yes, you want me to unfreeze that pane,
unfreeze it first, yes, unfreeze it.
Okay.
Unfreeze pane, then go back again to that freeze pane. Go back to that freeze pane so that we can keep scrolling without having to go back and forth. Then just click on that freeze pane. Click on it again. Click on it, then scroll. Let us see if it will work that way. Scroll to your right. No, to your right, your right. Scroll to your right. No, it's not working. Not what I want to see.
Do you want me to freeze the heading?
I wanted you to freeze it so that we can be scrolling and seeing what we're scrolling against.
I did it.
Okay, go back. Okay, unfreeze.
So what we do is we come here.
Unfreeze. Okay, unfreeze your pane. Unfreeze your pane. Unfreeze.
What you do is
unfreeze pane. Unfreeze pane. Okay, go into column C. Column C might probably work it.
No, when you want to freeze the pane, don't worry, let me just do it. You freeze the pane, then it should freeze now. You see it?
Okay, now go right. So what I'm trying to say is that when we look at this right, so we want to see that first or second column, whatever, so that when you're scrolling, we don't lose sight of everything. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I did it initially.
Okay. But if it's not working, let's keep going.
It should work now.
Don't worry, let's keep going.
It's working now. We're scrolling.
No, she means what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now, you should be able that you should do it for the other way around. Exactly. As you can scroll up and still see the heading, then if you scroll from left to right, you should still be able to see title, description, and all that. So she needs you to freeze it which way? That's vertically. Sorry, horizontally, sorry. You have to freeze it horizontally, yeah.
That is what I've done.
You froze it vertically. This is vertical freezing now. You froze it vertically.
Freezing, yes. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let's go. Okay. So the first one, you have put in the date raised. You have put in the it was raised by Thomas, and then the impacted system. So these impacted systems, did we have web page on what Pastor gave to you? Was there a web page on that impacted systems?
He did not give us any option.
Okay, there were no options.
There was no drop down. No drop down. Okay.
And the other examples, the samples that were sent, there was no drop down on them. There was nothing on them.
No drop down. What we had drop down was this area that has title.
Okay.
We had drop down for status.
Okay.
Then we
impact rating.
Impact rating. I think we also had for
that's the end of it. I think it's only impact.
No, there's still another one which I this one, there's one here for primary.
Yeah, for primary, for P. Yeah, there's one there.
Okay. So that one, you haven't done anything for that one. Let's do the first one then. Okay, so what do we think the primary data will be on that one? Scroll down to that column where you just showed us.
This bit?
So the primary data quality dimension. What do you think is the right one?
The accuracy.
Okay, so we need to put that in. The issue, what was the issue we said again? What was the issue?
The issue is invalid credentials. So the problem with the whole issue is accuracy.
Invalid credentials. Okay.
Can you scroll the drop down for that? For the DQD.
This is it.
Okay. So in that first, so let's insert it now in that column. Where is it meant to be? No, go to the next. You're not in the right cell.
Yeah, so it's,
no, you're not in the right cell. Okay. Yes. So you think accuracy is the correct thing?
Yes.
Go back to the issue. You say invalidity.
Yes, you said unable to access account, which is invalid credentials.
Okay.
So whatever the person is imputing might not be correct.
Okay. What? So okay. Completeness, validity, right? Scroll down, let's see.
You can have more than one dimension there anyway.
I had, okay, yes, I did alter that. So let me just remove what I did. I did a formatting there.
Okay.
What is that whole thing? So we can now have some other things there. Paul, what do you think should go in there? We have completeness, validity, uniqueness, accuracy, consistency, timelessness, multiple. I don't really understand what multiple stands for there, sir.
So multiple now could also be accurate. So it could be a combination of all of them. But because you have put in the drop down, which I believe was done on a different sheet. How did you put in the drop down?
I just copied the formatting.
Okay, right. Okay, that's why. So you need to put, you can put in multiple.
I need to remove it.
You need to remove the formatting from that one, yes. Okay, so we've put in multiple. Okay.
So we go back to, we've done resolution due date.
So you say the owner is Paul, triaged, the resolution date is 10th of the 7th. So, okay, the attachment is if, say, for example, you're working in a company or an organization, right? And someone has raised an issue or something, and they've sent you maybe like a form or something to show that the attachment you put now is when you select it, you open the attachment and include it on here. So you probably have like a link to whatever has been sent to you. That's what attachment will be. But because we don't have any attachments here, you can leave that as blank. And then root cause, you've got double root cause. Why do you have double root cause under the columns?
That was how Pastor sent it to us.
Okay, you need to delete one root cause. If you can select it.
I thought from his explanation here, I think the second root cause would be for further, if you wanted to do further description.
Further information.
You see what he did here was additional comments. So you have
so you have two root causes, but you can actually put all the root cause in one cell.
So that's take out one.
So yes, take out one cell if you want to put all the root causes. So you can delete one of them. Yeah, drop down and delete. Okay. So now if you click in that root cause cell, the first cell, what do you think one of the root causes will be? Let's start with that.
What would be the root cause?
So it could either be system, it could be process, it could be people. Okay. So do you think it's a problem with the people, or do you think it's a problem with the system, or do you think it's a problem with the process, or what do you think might be the root cause?
Depends on the
the
person is putting in.
I think it's people.
People, you can put that in. Okay, put in people.
The person is making an entry.
But
okay, people.
If the person knows their credentials to log into an account and then it has issues logging in, is that now the problem of the person, or this is from the system?
Well, that's what she's saying. It could be multiple issues. It could be from the person's end. It could be from the system. So we're looking at people, then probably we'll also add system.
Okay, so you can put a comma and then put in system too. That's one of the root causes. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So closure, that's not been closed yet. So we can just put N or put an N to say we haven't closed out yet. Because
if you look at the time, if you look at the timeline, it should be closed by now. If you look, say,
okay.
July,
so we're looking.
July.
Okay, right. It should be closed by now, but we're just working on this as if we're just working on it in the future, right?
Okay.
Then the date should be changed.
Okay, let's put it as
Do we say resolved? Do we say resolved?
Okay, let's put it as being resolved. Yes. So let's put it as being resolved because the due date is gone past now.
Yeah.
If it's in the UK, it's resolved. If it's in Nigeria, probably we'll look at resolving it some other time. Right. Okay. So the next one now. So are we happy with that first column? With that first row. Let's go back. Okay. Date raise, medium, web page. Yes. Data entity is the case. Was that what was under the data entities?
We're not giving what to put in there.
You mean data entity?
Yes.
Yeah. Impacted. So if you go back to the sample sheets,
which is this you are talking about this one or the assignment question?
I don't know which one. Click on them. Let's see. Click on that assignment.
It should be on the assignment question.
Click on that one.
Then if you go down, you'll see data entity, or up. You go up. You have to scroll up to see data entity.
Got data entity here. He said drop down list, but there was none.
Yes. Are you okay? Do you want to open that sheet? Let's see, please. No, not that one. If you go to the bottom, your bottom sheets now. Yes.
This
open.
One?
Yes, open it. Let's see. I think it's the network from your end. Open that one. Let's see.
How do you mean open?
So you're currently in the assignment itself. If you can scroll on sheets, if you can scroll on the sheets so we can see. If you can open the various sheets so that we can see where we need to be. Because one of them, definitely, I think it might be sheet 2.
This one?
Open that. Let's see. Open it. Let's see.
Sheet 2 is open already. That's the display you're seeing.
Is that sheet 2? We're looking at sheet 0, isn't it? Or am I looking at the wrong one?
Okay, the assignment, the one we are working on is sheet 0.
Yes. Okay. So click on sheet 1. Let's have a look.
This is sheet 1.
Yes. Open it. Oh, I think it might be network from your end. We can't really see anything you're opening here.
I can see it.
You can't see anything.
I can see it.
Okay. Has he opened sheet 2?
Sheet 1 is open. Do you want assignment question open? There's a sheet
open that. Let's see. Yes, please. Open the assignment question. Yes, please.
This one.
Okay, maybe it's my computer frozen. I don't know.
So in assignment 2, we can see data entity name right there. So
yes.
Yeah, we have all title there, and every other thing that's needed for you to use for your assignment is also there as well. Different field.
Okay, so the data entity now, what's under the data entity?
We use the case. We just put the word case, but Oga did not, the lecturer did not give us a drop down. But it says drop down list, but there was no drop down list in it.
If you go to shift 1, mostly what data entity will be the case, as you see there, it could be data set.
Let me for a minute. I think my computer has frozen. I can't see.
It depends on what you log in as a log issue. The issue log you put on will determine the kind of data entity that requires in that entity column. So with data set, in most cases, data set. We use case. So case based on your issue log.
Yeah, we use case for data entity.
Yeah, it depends on your description and issue log. For the first one, you say unable to access account and invalid credentials. So it is a case. So yeah, and it's also based on data set.
Okay.
If you couldn't access the data, there's a problem in data. So you were describing that probably it could be wrong entry because you look at who is the principal, what is the cause, root cause, you say person stroke system. That's a data set stroke person. So it's a big case and data set as well, because it could be they couldn't log in with the right password, or maybe the password they have inside does not collocate with a new one. So it can be conflicting.
Yeah, sir.
So that could be a case when it comes to that. Are you going to do the second one?
Yeah, I thought we were waiting for Madam. She was guiding us through. Okay, second one, the issue there.
Sorry, I'll try to log in and then back in again, but
no
okay, yeah, I can see it better now.
So the second issue there is assigned, which is incorrect billing amount on latest invoice.
Okay.
So it was logged in, was raised on the 12th of July 2025 by Victoria, and we put the impact rating at critical.
Okay, what was the reason for the critical impact rating?
Yeah, because the person says incorrect billing amount on their, so it could be
we felt
surprising.
Okay, and it came from the person to say that or was it came from the person to say that the amount billed?
Yes, their billing is incorrect.
Okay, and then the impacted system was sales. Yes, go on. Okay.
Sales.
Yeah.
And then for our data entity, we said contact.
Right, okay.
We're dealing with the person.
Okay.
And then for the critical data element, we said purchase order number. So that when we locate that, it will tell us actually what the billing was for the person and what the person purchased.
Okay.
So with that ID, we'll be able to track it down.
Okay.
So for the primary data quality, you should probably put multiple also. Because I'm thinking it could be from whoever is raising that invoice.
Okay, incorrect billing has accuracy issues.
Yes.
Incorrect billing has accuracy issues.
Accuracy? You say incomplete. That's what you said. So what will be the dimension then? The first dimension.
Incomplete or incorrect?
Did you say incorrect?
Billing. It's incorrect billing. So I think it should be accuracy.
Accuracy, yeah. If it's incorrect, accuracy, yeah, that's correct. Then also we have other dimension attached to that.
What else could be? Okay. Accuracy, so it's not okay.
Accuracy and validity. No. Validity should be there. So it might be multiple.
Hey, if you say multiple, then you're trying to hide under something, you know. Because I can see the way you guys are doing.
But accuracy is one of it actually.
Yes, accuracy
is the main one. Since it's incorrect, accuracy is the main one.
Okay.
Validity can also go because it means that information is not valid anymore.
Exactly. But then if accuracy and multiple and validity go together, it should be multiple. But multiple means we are hiding under something. So we either stay on accuracy or validity.
Okay.
Stay on both.
But the main word, can we write the two of them at the same time? We cannot write the two of them at the same time. That's why
you can't write the two of them at the same time because you formatted that column.
And that's why multiple is there.
Okay. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of. So do you want what you? Okay, let's do it this way. Instead of leave that one again, just create a new column. Just go to insert. leave that first, insert, and then create a new column. Yeah, insert. Yeah, then put that primary data quality dimension in there. Just write it in there. So primary data quality, yeah, dimension.
So and I can delete this one.
Okay, yeah. As long as you have all the, you can. As long as you
just that formatting.
Oh, you no, don't leave this one. Leave this one first.
I just put it up here.
Yeah, just leave it first. Okay. So now into that place, now you can put in your accuracy. Just leave it first. Put in your whatever you want to put in there now. So.
Yeah, accuracy, validity.
What else again? What else did we say? Could be the problem.
Those are the two we said were the problem.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what else is on there.
So we went here and we said the owner of the issue is peace.
Okay, right.
And then we said the data process owner, the issue is being assigned.
Okay. So it's been assigned.
Yes.
Okay, and what's...
I'm going to ask, this data process owner, when we say assigned, shouldn't be like just, apart from just being assigned, it should be probably
who is the
department or somebody, maybe...
Yes, who is the owner? Because it says data and it says process owner.
Process owner, that's the problem. I think this triage assigned and lodged, most of them should not be there. They should be actual.
Who is the owner? Who is the data? Who is the owner?
Purchasing of it. Shouldn't it be the sales?
Who is the owner of the issue? So if we go back to the main sample that we're following on, the main sample that we're following on, which is in, is that, I don't know, is that under sheet 1?
Incorrect.
It's an assignment question, sorry, not access. Assignment question.
Assignment question, okay, right. If you click on that one. Now, if you scroll to the bottom, you should have something there. So it says data process owner. It says on there, it says name of the data owner, process owner based on data entity or impacted source system selected. Then it's got feature link business. Then it's got issue owner. So who will that issue owner be? The name of the data owner or the name of the process?
So the name should be based on the data entity or impacted source system. So we have to go back and look at our data entity and our impacted system and then come together to know who the owner will be.
Okay. Yeah.
So what is the impacted system? The impacted system that's number 2, right?
Yes. Number 2.
The impacted system is sales.
Sales. So it should be the sales officer or something.
And who is the sales officer now?
There's no sales officer.
Peace is the sales officer.
Okay. So let's put this Peace as the sales officer.
So I think
Peace is the, don't forget that Peace was the owner.
Peace is the owner of the issue.
Peace is the owner of the issue.
Peace was the process entity. Just say sales department.
No, you can put that. You can put sales department, but don't forget that when you say sales department, it comes to the sales department. Carol, if he's working in the sales department, Sylvester is working in the sales department. Everybody's working in the sales department. And I look at it and say, oh, well, that's not my business, nothing to do with me. And I move on to something else. Sylvester,
combine it then.
Nothing to do with me.
The department.
Exactly. Because if you say, because something like that comes into a department where you have maybe 50 people working in that department, and they all look at it and say, you know what, I beg, I'm off to do something else, nothing to do with me.
Okay, so
no one will pick it up until the manager starts screaming.
Do we say my
so let's put someone,
department?
Yes. And then what data we're looking at is making sure this is resolved. Remember, we've put it down as critical.
Yeah,
so how quickly do we want to do it? How quickly?
24 hours.
Same day. I think it shouldn't be more than 24 hours, same day. So So it's not
Yeah.
due.
Okay, so put it.
What was the date we raised it? We raised it and the
12th, so it should be 13th.
13th, okay. You think it can be resolved that quickly?
Yes, you should be able to resolve that quickly.
Okay, so
they can send the person another bill.
Okay.
The correct invoice.
Okay, so I think we're getting the hang of it. So we're all getting the hang of it. And based on what we have done now, we can go back and finish this.
Complete it.
Yes.
Yes.
So I would say let's leave this and then we'll come together maybe just 10 minutes before the next class begins and we can see what you've done. Well, I think we're getting the hang of it. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will now hand over to Pastor to continue. I think
so I can stop sharing my screen.
Yes, then. You can stop sharing. Thank you very much for that. And thank you. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Peace. Thank you, James. And for the people who have just joined us, we're just going through the assignment Pastor has given to us. Thank you all. Thank you for listening. I'll mute myself.
That's true. Thank you. I appreciate.
Thank you. So I don't want anybody to be like Noble who will say, oh, next time. So we should expect that all the assignment need to be submitted because there's a bigger one that will come, and that will be when you are employed and what will you do the first instance with respect to either green field or brown field. So and the roadmap towards it. If you can go through this, that will be a little bit easier for you. And then we do our data quality integrity initiative that we need to carry out using Power BI, or maybe use SPSS. If we don't use SPSS, we use Power BI or MySQL. So now, has anyone have an initiative to, because that's one of the main thing, and then two, after that we're going to talk about if it is possible for someone who has already prepared a drafted policy with respect to the chosen one you have. So is it possible we have somebody who come up with an initiative, and then we need to have about 3 initiatives before we go to the next one. Who will I call first? Why is Peace telling me I should call Paul first?
Yeah.
Why is
I think he said Ramsey will be doing one for us this week.
Who?
Ramsey.
Ramsey is at work. She will not be able to talk now unless she will go to somewhere to talk. Paul or James, I want an initiative to be given, or do you want if to start to trigger you people until you are ready?
I think Paul is good to start.
Okay, Paul.
I'm seconding Peace.
Okay. Why James?
Now, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay.
In my previous role at a hospital, it was a brownfield. I once led a data governance initiative to improve the way patients and operational data was managed. The main challenge was that data was scattered across multiple systems, electronic health records, billing, and patient satisfaction platform, making it difficult to ensure accuracy, availability, and compliance. I started by establishing data availability standards, ensuring that the right stakeholders, from our doctors to administrators, could access the data they needed when they needed it without compromising security. We defined data custodians and data stewards to assign clear responsibility for maintaining and monitoring critical data elements such as patients' demographics, medical history, and treatment records. So to comply with HIPAA and the minimum necessary standard, we enforce role-based access control, so only authorized personnel could view sensitive information. We also introduced policies that aligned with XOX for audit trials and data integrity, and made provisions for the right to be forgotten, especially in cases involving patient data retention limits. As part of the rollout, I implemented a data governance council that included IT, compliance, and clinical leaders. We created a clear data classification framework and trained staff on handling data procedures. Finally, to measure success, we tracked KPIs such as data accuracy rates, reduction in duplicate patient records, and faster retrieval of clinical data, which overall improved our audit readiness. Within 6 months, we saw significant improvement in both compliance and operational efficiency. I and my team were given raises with incentives. Thank you.
Wow. Ife, what do you say about that?
Certainly an improvement on the last time, and he's used the STAR acronyms, so which is very good. It's talked about the situation, the task at hand, achievements, and then the results from it. So I would say overall quite good, and it was short, brief to the point.
Good. Peace, what do you say about that?
Very okay. Very okay. And according to what Auntie Efe said, it was short and brief to the point. So it was okay.
James, what do you say about that?
It's fine. It's fine. I quite like the idea that he changed the sector, because it used to be commerce, now it's gone into the medical. That's good.
Absolutely. You guys are afraid to critique him because trust me, he will critique you people when you start.
I don't mind.
Yeah, to be quite honest. Ramson, you can't talk, can you? Okay, if Ramson can talk. So, right. Paul, you are a star. You are a superstar. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, when you're facing an interviewers want to see you when you use the right nomenclature, the right concept, you right to demonstrate what you are about to say or what you are saying. So I think you specified the feed. Am I correct?
Yes, it
Yes, sir.
Says the brown feed.
Good. Now, Brownfield, he carried out an assessment from after having access to the database of the enterprise. You see, the amazing thing, like as James said, you move from one sector to another sector. Such dynamic, movement is absolutely fantastic. You can even give two initiatives at the same time within a short space of time that you have sold yourself. In fact, you got a job, Paul. The only thing you couldn't take advantage, you couldn't just use an advantage when you were talking about establishing data governance framework. You should have been able to put the word policy. Don't let policy leave your initiative.
Policy. Okay.
Because you didn't use the word policy, use process and procedures and whatever, but policy is the one that carries such. Okay? And because you mentioned the root causes, how data was scattered over, and you were able to have the ability to harness, drawing the various stakeholders across the functional department to establish a data framework. But you would have said, okay, I agree in policy with respect to what you were to do as at that time, which is really good. Always put the word policy when you talk about data governance, whether you talk about framework or whatever. That you are really, really good. To me, if I have to weigh it by score over 10, I would have said, to me, it was going to be 9.99 over 10. You really did well. Absolutely.
Thank you very much, sir.
Perhaps you're going to bring another one before we leave. James or ES, please.
I'm not prepared, sir. Sorry about that.
So please,
I had in mind to change it, but I've not gotten around to it.
Okay, please, what have you got?
Okay, same on the last one I did.
Okay, let's hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon. Good morning. We are in the afternoon. Good afternoon, sirs and ma. This opportunity. My name's Peace A. Thomas. In my last job at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, it was a green field when I joined the organization. I noticed we consume diesel and electricity more than we budgeted for in the month. That was an issue in my organization. I was given the go-ahead to rectify the following issue that is of a concern to the organization. I gave questionnaire to the security officer and the receptionist to fill as my data. I collected the data from them. I did some cleansing and analyzed the data. I discovered the reason why we spend more above our budget for the month was because the electricity budget cannot carry us throughout the month. So we fall back to diesel that consume much expensive and more electricity. I told the management about my findings and the solution for them to increase the electricity budget and to reduce the diesel budget still on same budget for the month. They did that, and the next month we achieve our goal. The electricity bill was able to carry us all through the month and beyond. As a result of that, a measure was put in place to monitor the electricity machine so that the light did not go off before we tap it up. So my boss got to know about it. He was pleased and a bonus was added to my salary. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for the bonus.
Thank you.
Okay, what have you got to say about it?
Okay, so we're talking about, Peace was talking about electricity and diesel here. She's talking about the budget. Whilst I like it, one of the things I would have said was maybe have some sort of comparison sheets, which is where the data is being collected. And so that way you can say that I was able to compile the data on the electricity and versus data on the other one. And then with that one, we're able to do a comparison for both data sheets and come up with the conclusion that electricity is more expensive or diesel is more expensive. And then we go down the way of just something to do with the data itself being collected. Is what I would have said. But overall, I would say it's a fair effort, yes.
Yeah, James, what have you got to say about that? James, are you still there? Paul, what have you got to say?
It was better than the last time. This time around, she said it was the Redeemed Church that she worked for, and it was a greenfield. And then the issue, which is part of the situation, was that the budget for diesel was not enough. So at the end of each month, they kept finding out that the budget for diesel somehow wasn't enough. Then the task she was given was to resolve the budget issue. So the action she took was she initiated a questionnaire. After initiating the questionnaire, she realized that the electricity budget was low, which caused them to fall back on diesel, hereby increasing what was supposed to be meant for the diesel, making that resulted in the budget for diesel not being enough. And then she said, okay, so also she mentioned something that she implemented a measure on the electricity subscription to make sure that the subscription does not go off without anybody supervising it. And then she told them to increase the electricity budget. And then she said something as part of her action, which should have been part of the result, was that she said when she increased the electricity budget, it got to a point that even the budget for the diesel was lowered. So that's the result, as a result of our action. By increasing the electricity budget, it was able to solve the budget of diesel not being enough, to the extent that they had the chance or the leeway to reduce that of the diesel. And then at the end of the day, she was given a raise.
Okay, result, not measures, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good that someone can thank you, Paul. It's good that you can come with comparison in terms of grain feed. And that comparison analysis will be able to know where you can draw an inference to help your initiative. But despite the fact that you have actually really done well, there's an area that I want you to look into. Now you're speaking to professionals. That means next week you need to present the same thing in a more star way. You didn't take advantage of saying you collaborated, because then when we talk about collaboration, communication, working alone, collaborated with other stakeholders in order to establish a framework of your of tackling the root causes, or maybe first of all, looking into the root causes and come up with a framework of data governance framework, which may include policies. I always say this: whenever you do initiative, make sure there's policy attached. No matter how it is, you must mention data governance framework and what you did there to ensure that the root causes are established, and ensure that policy is enacted or drafted or created or developed if it is a brownfield, so that you'll be able to explain why you are, why you're doing something and what should be done in order to achieve expectation of the data integrity, and then by which people will now have an informed strategic decision making, done. So always follow the STAR very well. And please, STAR is very important, and don't conflict yourself with result and measure, which Paul brought in. And another thing again, you're talking about initiative you've carried out, that your tenses should be passed. So very, very important. Thank you so much, Peace. I quite appreciate that. At least I love when you come out and begin, because that's the beginning. If you're not ready to work, the training is not for you. And when you are not speaking, it's like you have actually been working for the last 5 years. People will listen to you. They say, wow. So every other thing will not fall in with this practical that we're giving. Is that okay, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Peace. I love that. Yeah, if you want to say something, or James?
Well, I could do one.
Okay. Oh, yes.
So the data initiative I'm doing is on data governance. My organization had experienced rapid growth over the past 3 years, which means there was an increasing amount of data being collected and stored across different systems. Of course, with that led to concerns about the data quality, the security, and the compliance. So to address these concerns, we needed to establish a robust data governance framework. And the first task I was given was to develop a data governance initiative that will ensure data is accurate, secure, and compliant with our regulatory requirements. And also for us to make a better informed decisions and improve operational efficiency. So my first action was I established a data governance team, where I brought together a number of stakeholders from the various departments, the IT department, the human resources department, and also because we have a different department for compliance issues, and also the compliance departments, where to oversee the development and implementation of the data governance framework. Also, another action was to make sure I define clear policies and procedures. Again, I had to do this collectively with other stakeholders from the various departments. And the policy was included in the policies was data management, data quality, security, and compliance. Also, I was told to also create a centralized catalog of data assets, which I did. I did that using the Excel spreadsheet and also Power BI. And I also implemented other security controls measure to protect sensitive data being flung outside the organization. The result of all this was the data quality was improved. So I was able to make sure the data on the system on our master data register had the proper formats and validation rules, which made sure errors were reduced. Robust security system with encryption in place, making sure there was no unauthorized breach into the system. And also with the catalog was improved data definitions, because everyone now knew that if you put in the wrong format, automatically throws that data outside. And then, of course, that brought about improved operational efficiency all around. And based on that, I was given not just a promotion, but a double promotion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Peace, what have you got to say?
I think everything you really wanted us to put in place, she did. And, Madam Efe is a professional, so everything.
Exactly. Exactly.
Paul, what have you got to say?
Also, sir, she okay, for the situation, she mentioned that she had already been in the business, and then being in the company, she was there when the company experienced rapid growth. For the situation, there was rapid growth resulted to increased amount of data that was coming in. And then it cost them data compliance, something. She said a lot of things, I can't even remember. But I know that her task was to develop data governance initiative to improve compliance, security, accuracy, and validity and all that. Then she implemented a data governance framework, and then she created a centralized system. At the end of the day, it cost them improved operational efficiency and all that. But she said a lot of things.
James, have you got anything to say? Ramsey just sent a buzzer to you, bro, because you're working.
To me, like you said, at the point, like you said, you should try and get it under 2 minutes if we can, and I think you overshot that. That's it. At the point in time, I was what Paul was saying, that she said a lot of things because at the point in time, it got lost in translation. But in all, I could appreciate the fact that there was collaboration between various departments, the human resources, and they even had a compliance department, and she wanted to get them together, and they came up with something, because it was quite brilliant, I think. I know having too many departments is quite a challenge to handle. So in all and all, I think it's a good direction for us to pick on what she said. Hopefully, when I present next week,
James.
So,
definitely all of you present again. I just want you to know.
Can I just say something? So the reason why I mentioned various departments was because in every organization, you don't only have one department. Sometimes we look at, when we're going through the data governance, we look at it that, oh, it's just me dealing with in that particular department. But you will find out, if you go to an organization, you'll find that you're having to deal with not just the IT departments, you're also going to be dealing with human resources. Those two departments are key. And then you could also even be dealing with like the training department, because some organizations have their own training department. So you'll be liaising with them and telling them, right, we need to train X amount of people, stewards, in how to manage data better, how to draw up spreadsheets, how to create Power BIs, dashboards, and all that. So you find that you'll be liaising with not just one department, but several departments. So I just wanted to put throw a little bit of confusion in there for people to know that you don't have to streamline yourself to just one department, but several departments. But at the same time, so you could just be just in your own departments. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much. To be quite honest, selling yourself is between 2 to 4 minutes. But if you can concisely sell yourself maximum 3 minutes, no matter how it is, you're gonna have a job. So every other let me tell you, interviewers, they don't have enough time to be wasting. They just want to see what you can see within a short space of time, and they know you got it. Very few questions will not come from your initiative, because if I'm interviewing people, or as I'm interviewing you guys now, I can pick some questions from what you have said. How did you do it? How did you come across the policy? Oh, okay. What were their input? How do you secure? What is the value created at so point in time? And I'm going to say, okay, when you now identify the data owner of various departments, when you were trying to identify the data owner across functional department, did you meet any issues? You say, what are the issues? How did you mitigate against them? Okay, these are the questions that will come out from your initiative, which of course I've been asking you a lot of questions from over some time now. And first of all, when you carry out initiative, you find it difficult to identify data owners. And why? Because if you approach anybody, it's gonna tell you that what is in it for me. So what do you do when they ask you such question? What will you do? Can anybody answer me now?
What's the question again? Sorry.
Okay, now you take because one of the questions always coming for interview is what were your challenges when you started your initiative?
Okay.
And one of it will be like, let me just mention, it was difficult to identify and locate someone who will accept as data owners. Okay. Now, what is it? Why? Because most cases they ask, what is in it for me? Because, okay, how did you mitigate against it? I'll need an answer.
So if the challenge I faced was other employees asking what is in it for them, that is what is in it for me.
Yeah.
I know making my policy clear and concise, where everyone can see their role, is one of the things that will help. And then letting them know why the policy is important to the business is another way.
Okay.
And
now
then,
let me come in. You can have a policy across functional department without collaborating with the data owner. So we're not going to talk about policy right now. You're not going to draft the policy alone. You can say, I drafted the policy in collaboration. So that means if you don't have a collaboration, your drafting is not going to be valid, because that will be an imposition on the data owner supposedly, and that is going to be unrealistic to their wish. So on that basis, first of all, you need to win the data owners over to yourself. So how will you do that? Mitigating against the statement that then what is in it for me? So what will you do? Not only you, everyone.
For me, I like the benefit, which would probably be maybe they could get a raise, performance in the appraisals, they could get a better appraisal. So I could push that to them. But collaborating, doing this properly will improve your appraisal rating. You could get a company raise.
I think you can't even talking about the appraiser when you have not even want them to become the data owner. So what will you do? Anybody?
The question is to get them to agree to become the data owner.
Yes, because they won't agree because they don't know what is in it for them. So then what will you do to win them over? That's a question for an interview. You're definitely going to have that. And when I'm assigned, when I'm hired to interview people, I do that because there is a reason why that is done.
I would organize a training program.
Thank you.
That is,
it's not just only organizing, trying to do what? Create awareness. to them.
Mm.
Try to have a time with them and create awareness to them. And let them understand the importance and the value that will be created for them to become a data owner in their domain, in their domain, respective domains.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what they, in fact, you know what they're trying to, any interviewer asking that question want to know how effective you can communicate and collaborate with people. And you can speak. If they want to know whether you meet difficulties, how can you manage conflicts? How can you negotiate? They're trying to know your negotiating power. The data is the new world, is the new oil. It's more than new oil because in this digital age, it's driven by data and it requires someone who is skillful in communication. Someone who knows how to pin his onion so that we don't enter his eye in terms of any enterprise value creation in data. So it requires effective. I know some of you are very strong right now here. So I just want to correct. These are the questions that will always be coming. When you throw initiative for me, I already have an answer for you. Okay. So for your initiative, I will know so many answers. I want to ask you 1, 2, 3. You're able to tell me those answers correctly. I will know whether the initiative you give to me is right or not. But if you can answer 2, I can also help and contribute. Then I know, yeah, because there are people the company are desperate to hire people. 98% of data governance and data analyst position has not been filled because we don't have skilled people.
Absolutely correct.
You would ask people, that's why they're highly paid, and they don't want to pay anyone who does not know how to carry out initiative. When you come, they give you BAM. They give you, they will even lie to you that this is a brownfield. But you carry out your roadmap, you know that this is not really actually a brownfield, it's a greenfield. You have to be very, very sound, and in coming in, and I'm going to teach you how. So this is how it is. Should be able to talk. How did you do it? It's not, oh, I did this. No problem. How did you do it? What are the things? What are the intricacies you made? How did you overcome this and that? Very, very important. And I really thank you so much. Don't worry, that's why I'm here. Okay? And we have exceeded time today, to be quite honest. And I'm very, very grateful seeing sound answers and this thing coming out from you. So next week, please tell the people who are running away from their distance that that's what you say. You saw somebody who put something on the group saying, "Oh, they can run away," because that's what we stand for. When you live here, going for work, it's like you're working for more than 5 years. So okay, it's not about payment. It's not about people paying someone not to. It's about you doing assignment and do it well so that when you come there, you'll be able to demonstrate that you've been seriously trained. Thank you so much. We have Ambassador Law. Have you got anything to say? Yeah.
His Excellency.
His Excellency Ambassador Lawrence.
Thank you so much. I have thoroughly enjoyed this session, to be fair. And I wanted to be quiet, but I didn't think Pastor is going to call me. But importantly, just to summarize, there are a few things which I've actually grabbed. The Paul's presentation initiative, FA's presentation, as well as Pete's presentation were very, very good. I think there were things said about Peace which she can take on board for the next presentation, but quite on the high side is FA and Paul's presentation. So very, very thank you to everyone for accommodating me and allowing me to be in this session. Very interested, very interesting, and I hope to contribute more. I wanted to drop some things, but I thought, let me hold myself to when maybe a few introductions we've made. Yeah. But yeah, it was very quite, how do I put it? It just links to what we do at work, but more importantly, a key word that was said by Pastor is that data is now what's the people call it in back home oil of the time. So if one can master how to use data, Another key word that Ife raised was collaboration. Very important. You can't do any work alone. You must know how to handle people, how to make sure that you can bring the best out of them. And a key word again from Pastor is training, learning how to bring the benefits to them, because there'll be pushbacks when you get there. A lot of people are not willing to do your job when you don't show them the benefits. So you're going to create some champions. You train them and show them the benefits of the department. Let me not take the training from Pastor, but thank you so much. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good to hear your voice. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Now that we know what to do next, next time we're going to continue with the assignment and prepare your policy drafting, which of course the policy drafting can't escape it. Initiative will also follow, and then if we have time, we'll go and do some interview questions and answer. Then I will now prepare you another week for another big roadmap. Okay, very, very important. Okay, I think if you lay emphasis on policy drafting, you people have chosen the kind of policy you want to draft, and you need to begin, because one of the things is that they're going to ask you, have you done anything on policy? You say, yeah. Okay, don't just mention it. Have you drafted what comes into it? You're able to analyze what comes into those policies. And that should, because most people have the problem of policy, especially when you're in a green field. Okay? Most people have a problem for policy creating. But if you are in a brown field, you also need to develop, policy, especially when there's scalability or migration to cloud or whatever. You need strong policy to accommodate the complexity of data you are migrating. So please take note of that and make sure you identify whether you are developing a policy or you are creating a policy, and whether greenfield or brownfield, so that we know what area you're coming from. I'm giving you people a spoon now. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. I love you all, everyone. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Have a great weekend.
And you too. Barrister just came in now. When we have closed, he must be very busy. Okay, thank you, His Excellency Ambassador Lawrence Kebu. Thank you. Good to see you here today. Okay. All right, I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see you next time. I know when we have finished, people don't want to go, but I will close on time.
All right. Okay, bye, everyone. See you next
time. Bye,
everybody.
So much.